greatest danger when we accept the notion that the government's supposed to take care of us from cradle to grave and we're supposed to be the policemen of the world is that ultimately it's done at the expense of personal liberty. The purpose of all government should be the protection of individual liberty for each and every one of them.
What if it were possible to have a real game changer? What if we need a Ron Paul to preserve and protect our freedoms? What if we can make elections matter again?
His big thing, and I think it's an impressive thing to say, is he supports the Constitution.
I'm telling you.
And for that, people call him crazy.
He's got these kind of kooky ideas.
He's not only unacceptable inside the Republican Party, he's unacceptable in America.
They are out to get this guy off the map and out of the way and move somebody in from the establishment.
We're into wars that are costing us trillions of dollars. Those trillions of dollars should have been left in the economy to build jobs and produce prosperity here at home.
Ron Paul makes a lot of sense, and more people ought to listen to him.
There's nothing wrong with what the founders talked about. They talked about having friendships and trading, getting along with people, and staying out of the entangling alliance in the internal affairs of foreign nations when it's none of our business.
He is getting pretty close to serious isolationism.
They believe that we have this moral responsibility to use force to go around the world and say, you will do it our way or else. The people don't like us propping up their dictators no more than we would like it if a foreign country came in here and propped up a dictator in our country.
Thomas Jefferson lives. He's Ron Paul.
There is a divide between the war on terror and criminal law. But is there? 763 warrantless wiretaps.
The FBI monitoring young children.
The Patriot Act, found unconstitutional by 5 different federal judges, permits federal agents from the FBI to the TSA to write their own search warrants. It was intended to let agents cut corners.
That was a little bit of a surprise. We came here looking for a subject that we had an arrest warrant for, and obviously we didn't find him.
The Patriot Act is an attack on our liberties in the Fourth Amendment. It does not solve the problems that we face. We cannot protect liberty by taking liberty away from the American people.
It's a bill in the U.S. Senate called the National Defense Authorization Act. It gives the president the authority to indefinitely imprison people without charge or trial.
This is major. This says that the military can arrest an American citizen.
Do you want to have the government have the ability to send you to Guantanamo Bay for indefinite detention?
When they say, I want my lawyer, you tell them, shut up.
Governor Romney, as president, would you have signed the National Defense Act as written?
Yes, I would have, and I do believe that it's appropriate.
You have to know why we have problems in this country. Why do we have boom periods and bust periods? It is related to something very, very important if you want to understand economics and you want prosperity. You have to understand the mischief of the Federal Reserve System, and we have to change it.
We learned the Fed secretly gave Wall Street banks over $7.7 trillion. Where did the Fed get that $7.7 trillion? They created most of it from nothing. The Fed takes our freedom and gives it to the banks. Let's take our freedom back.
If we have a right to our life and our liberty, we should have a right to keep the fruits of our labor as well.
You say Ron Paul is, quote, dangerous?
We are dangerous to the status quo of this country.
Ron Paul had perhaps the most enthusiastic pep rally last night.
His supporters view him as actually more than a Republican. He's a messenger for something.
There's no way they're going to stop the momentum that we have started.
All you have to do is let your voice be heard.